This is wonderful. So we not only have one family, but the family is in two different parts of the world at the same time. So it's two firsts today. The idea of having one family speaking together and that family being in India and California, two things that haven't happened before. So you're breaking whole new records. So we're going to go back to India now, back to Delhi, right? And Vaijayanti Mala, Srimati Vaijayanti Mala Didi is going to, the youngest daughter, the last but not the least. You've got a very sweet name, Didi. It's a name means a lot to me because one of my best friends who does so much seva for the Gurudev's books is called Vaijayanti Mala. She lives in Gopinath Bhavan. In fact, I've been reading with her for years, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We're on the Antya Leela together. So you have the victory garland. It's a beautiful name.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Ishwarananda Prabhu, that's beautiful. And what you said to Madhumangal, in fact, that never crossed my mind. But yes, I think it'll be nice if we kind of organize something in LA. If there's anything that we could contribute, that would be so nice. Beautiful. And thank you so much again, Prabhu and everybody, Didi, everybody on this call today. Thank you so much for giving us time. It really means a lot. Emotionally, I think all of us are going through a very tough time right now because of the whole COVID-19 situation. And, like I was just mentioning when we opened the call, that things are not very, very good on the ground here in India. So everybody's just trying to stay safe, stay at home right now. I won't take too much time, but there are a couple of things at the top of my head. In fact, a couple of experiences that I have that I would like to share. So many memories with Srila Gurudev, and by now, all of you, you've heard from my father, you've heard from my mother, my brother. Everybody has the same experience, and also different in their own way. So when I met Gurudev for the first time in '97, again, I was also part of that same, the same group when we went to Raglika Didi's house for the first day. And we were in school at that time, I remember. And we would just, we just wanted to go out, play with our friends, do usual things, nothing different from any other child at that age. So for us to, understand what was going on or be a part of what was going on, it was just so different. And it was actually very difficult as well, to understand, what our parents were getting into at a very early age, because, I remember we used to be, kind of embarrassed when we used to have a home phone, a landline phone, and our friends used to call, school friends used to call, and my father would pick up the phone, and instead of saying hello, he would say Hare Krishna, and so many people in school used to kind of like tease us, and we would feel embarrassed. I'm like, Dad, can you not just say hello on the phone? Like, why does it happen? So we really, at that age, when you were a teenager, it was so difficult to understand and to kind of resonate with everything. But today, when we think about it, so many things, I don't think we've achieved anything in our life yet. We're nowhere. We're small, so small in this big world, and but we count our blessings all the time, and we were fortunate to have met Srila Gurudev, to keep meeting beautiful devotees like you all the time. It is just such a beautiful reminder of all the blessings we have. And I've also been, there is one of this, so Shamrani Didi and, so many devotees, Charu Chandrika Didi is on the call today. Thank you, Didi. I haven't seen you for so long, but I've been reading your beautiful messages. So many devotees have, we've been associated with. It has been so nice. And it is just, every time we meet them, even if you've not met them for so long, last time we were at Badger, just like Madhu Mangal shared, it was so nice to meet everyone. It's like a home away from home. When you go meet people, you meet devotees, you feel like you've come home. So that feeling is amazing. And with Gurudev, there's just so many experiences. But I remember one of this very particularly. So I've been married for 11 years. And for the first time ever, when I met my husband, we were working together actually in Delhi. When we went to see him for the first time and get his blessings to get married, I used to be so scared because I think we didn't have that relationship with Gurudev initially, because he was always, just like Madhu Mangal shared, his first question used to be like, how many malas do you do? And that concept was just so different at that time for us, because And I remember meeting him with my husband at one of our other devotees' house, and we were not sure what we were getting into, my husband and I, because our cards were printed, we were getting married and all of that. But the whole excitement was just so overwhelming. I remember that one thing that he said. He said, "Divorce nahi karna," which means in English, do not get divorced. There have been so many ups and downs, just like everybody's marriage. We keep thinking every time you feel like you want to call it quits, just what he said makes so much sense, and you don't want to call it quits. So many experiences, Prabhu, that we have with Gurudev. We've been fortunate to have Chavrani Didi, who we again met in Badger. She used to come, so many devotees used to come stay with us. It was almost like there was a wedding going on every time Gurudev would come stay at our place. I remember one of my cousins also, we were in school at that time, and he had a head injury, actually. In fact, the doctors had kind of given up, and they live in a small town called Agra in India. He was brought with his family to Delhi for treatment in a hospital over here. And I remember Gurudev had just come and stayed at our place at that time. And when we came back from school, I remember my mother telling us that, hey, you know what, this cousin of ours, he's going through something right now. He needs treatment. And the doctors had kind of given up and said, he probably won't make it. And I remember my brother and I saying to our moms that, don't worry, this is Gurudev's house. If he has come here with his whole family, he will be all right. So just that trust and that faith in Gurudev, and we know that he's always looking after us. He now has 2 children, running a business successfully in the same place, and hale and hearty. So we're just so fortunate, and so many blessings. We keep thinking how amazing it is, and how he looks after us all the time.
Are you finished?
Finished or frozen?
I have so many experiences, Didi, but
No, speak some more. You can't stop there. You just stopped in the middle of nothing. Carry on. Yeah, at least 2 or 3 more. I was like getting to the peak, and I was like, okay, where?
Oh, okay.
Well, I want to call upon my father to share one experience, if you don't mind. Actually, I think actually my sister can share it. Damini, do you want to share the experience about Gurudev coming to our house and wo jab zameen pe soye the niche?
I'll let go. Just 1 second. I'll let Papa go. So Kunal wants you to share the experience where he slept on the floor when there was no electricity and he had come to our house.
Yeah, when the Gurudev came here first time in my house, so at that time my inverter was not working, and the midnight, starting of the night, the light has gone, and Gurudev slept on my front balcony on the floor, and I was feeling very ashamed, and the Gurudev is sleeping here outside in the balcony in the night. And I asked Maharaj, what can I do? He said, don't disturb. Let it be, you go and sleep. So he's so kind and so merciful that he is such a Mahabhagavat, and came to our house and sleep on the floor.
For the first time.
For first time when he came and he sleep on the floor and the balcony. I'm feeling very ashamed, but I can't help it that one or two devotees next day morning, I told them that it happened last night. They told me, why Prabhuji, why don't you call us? We take Gurudev to our house in the night only. Why you call us? Why didn't you call us? We had taken to Gurudev to our house. I said that Maharaj don't give me the time, and this happens without unknowingly, because my inverter was not working at that time, and so I'm just saying that Gurudev, he doesn't have any ego or anything. He is just everywhere. everywhere. He's so merciful, so kind. So he's adjusted everywhere. When there is a parikram in Navdeep or in Brajmandal time, in the last day he told the devotees, though we have not provided you the good rooms, good facilities, good prasad, everything, but when you go back to your home, tell your other devotees also that we got a very good treatment over there.
To encourage them.
And to encourage them that you should come in the parikram. And he's telling us, when you go back to your home, next time come with 10 more people and tell them that they should come. And by this way, he's making the sukritis of the devotees, telling such a high, nice Harikatha, and taking the other places where Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna did the Leelas. He taking to the places and told us to just go down, touch the holy dust of that place. So by this way, he just putting the the key, just holding the key like this. That is जब चाबी भरते थे, but he is guiding us. By this is the holy places. You come here and touch the lotus dust of this place. It's all transcendental place. We are very fortunate that we have gone to these places with Gurudev. Every parikram we used to go. I think that till the last parikram, I never missed any parikram. Though we are nearby to Delhi, Navdeep is the Brajmandal parikram nearby to Delhi. But time to time we go there. Whenever any parikram goes any other places except the local Vrindavan or Mathura. When parikram go anywhere, I try to go. Sometimes my wife stays at the home because she has to take care of my parents also. But I ran away every time. By hook or by crook, I just go. She stays at the house. But because she stays at the house, that's why I go every time and have the Gurudev association. But again, I'm saying that we didn't learn anything. Though Gurudev has given so much of Sai Sangha, but we have not learned anything from him. Now I realize it. So listening to Harikatha from the other Vaishnavas and other devotees, that how merciful he was. He's giving so much nice Harikatha on YouTube. His daily Katha is coming and we are listening. Now we have missed all those things at that time. Why have not listened it? Now we have realized it today. Gurudeva was saying, when I will not be here, then you will realize it. How much things I want to give everyone. He never do any partial with any devotees. He treat all the devotees in a single way. He never do any partiality. You see all the devotees in one place that he is my disciple. I have to take care of him. If I have any question in my mind, that I will ask Gurudev. And when I go to listen his Harikatha, he given me the same reply on his Harikatha. So no need to ask him any question. He himself realize it and give the answer to my question in his Harikatha. Once my father was very much worried about my sister's daughter, because my sister's daughter made a very big accident and she has got a very multiple fractures and she has got some problem in walking. So my sister was very about for her marriage and my father was also worried about his sister's daughter's marriage. So my Gurudev, my father told Gurudev that I want to ask you a little question. I want to ask you something. So Gurudev said, okay. So then immediately Guru said, you want to talk about your daughter's marriage? Then my father said, how you know that? Then Gurudev starts smiling. So no, he understands everything. He understands the heart of, he can read the heart of any person who is meeting. You know, when any person goes to him, he scans anyone immediately, where he stands, how he can do bhajan, how he can do my seva, how can I bring him into bhakti. He scans everything. You know, when there is one little example when a thief is going to steal something anywhere, he thinks that nobody is watching me. Nobody is watching me. And same thing happened. Gurudev read us, he scan us, what is ours, where we stand, what we can do, what we can. This is our specialty. And he has accepted his disciples and the disciples of other gurus also, and give them the same respect. But he take care of all the disciples, all the persons, those who are attached to him. He given the same thing to everyone. He never differentiate anything that he is a disciple of such guru and such guru and such guru like that. No. He welcomes everyone who comes to him. He'll give him the same treatment, same Harikatha, and same thing. This is the worst. We have lost it. But still, I realize it that he is in my heart. He is in the heart of every disciple, those who are attached to him. He is with everyone, and he is taking care till date. So when I'm talking about myself, when I start saying his pranam mantra, anything, so I never said him Nitya Leela. I saw him Om Vishnupad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Gosvami Maharaja Gurudeva ki jai. I never said it Nitya Leela because he is always in Nitya Leela. Always in Nitya Leela. When he was alive, he was in Nitya Leela every time. He is in Leela. So I never accept that he is gone in Nitya Leela. He is everywhere. Every time he is with us. Today I am telling about him. He is also here somewhere listening what I am telling. So he is every time with us. We should realize it. But we should realize it. That is the main thing. That is, we have to realize it, that he is with us. We don't know Krishna, we don't know Radharani, we don't know Mahaprabhu, we don't know Nityanand Prabhu. We only know our Gurudev. He is the person who takes us where he wants. That is what we have prayed to him. He just give us mercy. Just give us your hand on our head. Bas. And just guide us. If anything we are doing wrong, just stop us. Just guide us. That we should follow his instructions and follow all his books and read his books, and book distribution also we do. Whatever seva we should do. That's all. Hare Krishna.
Jai, that's
Beautiful.
you know what, Ishadananda Prabhu? I heard this story before. I've heard this story of Srila Gurudev. I never knew it was your family, Rasbihari Prabhu, that where Srila Gurudev laid on the balcony. I've heard this story so many times before, where Gurudev sleeps in the balcony, and Mother Maharaj says, "Don't worry." I didn't realize it was your family. So it's so nice to finally know who the family is that was able to do this. It just shows the caliber, the caliber of our Gurudev and who he is. Even though he is a Manjari serving Radha Krishna, yet he's so humble that he doesn't even care where he sleeps. This is the I have pride in that. I have pride that that's my Srila Gurudev, to have someone like him as my Srila Gurudev. So I'm just really grateful for that. And I'm really grateful to your whole family to coming and speaking on this program, because you've all, even though you all met Srila Gurudev at the same time, you all have different experiences of Srila Gurudev, which is the most beautiful thing in the world, because normally when you meet a family, they all normally have the same kind of experience, but you all have different experiences of Srila Gurudev and how you met him and how he stole your heart. So I'm really, really grateful that you came. So thank you so much for all of you that came. And I'm gonna
thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure more than anything. And I'm just gonna ask you, Ishadananda Prabhu, if he wants to add anything on top of that.
I wanted to ask Rasamrita Prabhu's blessings that I can have some of that greed for Nishta that he does. That was very beautiful. So and begging for some of those blessings. And it's also adding on to the theme of the Yashodhara is talking about your family. It's very beautiful to see the transfer, not just in a ritualistic sense, but in a heart sense, the transfer of faith and Guru Nishta between the generations is very heartwarming. That you're all relishing Gurudev in a different way, yet from 2 generations in the same family. This is much more powerful than, like the Srimati Brahmin type of heritage. The heritage of the rituals is much weaker than the heritage of the heart, because the heritage of the heart means you can all be, your hearts are all burning, they're all on fire, able to cause fire in our hearts and in other people's hearts, which is why I was pleading with Madhu Mangal to think about doing more preaching, because I think he can touch a lot of hearts over in LA and in America, spreading that beautiful Guru inspiration from Gurudev. And let's remember, sometimes we oscillate between using Gurudev in the past and the present tense. But what I got from 2 of you actually in particular during your sharing was how present Gurudev is. When Madhu Mangal was speaking, that beautiful aphorism Gurudev spoke about being closer to us than the air that we breathe, that really came up in my mind many times. Before we move to Kirtan, though, to close the session, or actually I have one announcement to make, which I'll make in a second. Did Vaijayanti Mala want to offer one more little vignette before we go?
Prabhu, in fact, I let my mother go first. She has just one more incident she can think of.
All right, we'll go
if
for one
still
last
has the time.
Yeah, one last pastime. Go for it. Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, all right, thank you.
It's like in a theater, when they do encore and you clap and you come out and do a bit more. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
This room is belonged from Shamarani Didi. Shamarani Didi, whenever she came here, he lives in this room. Gurudev also live in this room, and Shamarani Didi, whenever she came, she live in this room.
We are just giving you a peek of the room.
फर्स्ट टाइम जब शामरानी दीदी हमारे यहाँ पर आई थी और उनकी नाइट में उनकी फ्लाइट थी, यूनाइटेड स्टेट जाना था उनको, 32 कार्टन्स उनके पास थे बुक्स के, बड़े बड़े 32 कार्टन्स। और हम फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर रहते हैं, मेरे हस्बैंड ने थोड़ा हेल्प किया, पर वो आगे उन्होंने कैसे सब अरेंज किया, हम लोग ये सब देख के बहुत आश्चर्य कर रहे थे कि कितनी मतलब वो स्लिम है, कैसे कैरी करेंगी और कैसे करेंगी शामरानी दीदी। बट प्रणाम है इन लोगों को कि कितने गुरु निष्ठा और कितना उनके अंदर सेवा भाव है।
So my mother was just sharing an experience from Shamrani Didi's visits to our house over here. So Gurudev also stayed so many times with us, and it almost felt like there was a marriage, there was a wedding. And for some of you who may have any idea about how an Indian wedding can be, it is so glamorous, and there's so many people. It's just it's overwhelming. She was just sharing an experience about Shamrani Didi when she used to come and stay with us. There was this local printing press she used to get a lot of books printed from, and fortunately my parents' home is very close to that printing press. And she's just recalling an experience where Shamrani Didi had almost 32 cartons of books that she had to take with her on a flight to United States. And just those small experiences, experiences of seva was such a good reminder to see what people were doing all over the world for Gurudev. And so much seva, so much bhav everybody has. So that really encouraged us, to do more. And I don't think we've done anything so far.
एक समय हम स्टार्टिंग में हमको रामचंद्र प्रभु ने हमें बताया कि श्यामरानी दीदी के बारे में। वो हमारे यहाँ पर रुकती थी, अक्सर रुकती थी वो। तो श्यामरानी दीदी के बारे में रामचंद्र प्रभु ने हमें बताया कि आप जो जिनकी सेवा कर रहे हो ना, ये कोई ऑर्डिनरी दीदी नहीं है। तो फिर दीदी का स्वास्थ्य उस समय किस सन की बात है, तो दीदी का स्वास्थ्य काफी डाउन हो गया था, बहुत डाउन हो गया था दीदी का। तो प्रभु जी ने गुरुदेव से कहा कि गुरुदेव, मैं दीदी को यहाँ दिल्ली में एक आयुर्वेदिक इंस्टीट्यूट है, हॉस्पिटल, तो यहाँ पर मैं दीदी का ट्रीटमेंट, उनको चेकअप कराना चाहता हूँ। तो गुरुदेव ने फिर परमिशन दिया और श्यामरानी दीदी यहाँ पर आकर उन्होंने ट्रीटमेंट लिया। तो वो मतलब काफी मतलब उनसे स्वास्थ्य लाभ हुआ श्यामरानी दीदी को। तो वो इसी रूम में थी, वो मेमोरी मुझे अभी रिकॉल हुई। तो श्यामरानी दीदी ने बोला, एक वर्ड उन्होंने बोला कि गुरुदेव चाहें तो मुझे जीवन दे सकते हैं, अगर वो सेवा गुरुदेव चाहेंगे तो मुझे जीवन दे सकते हैं, और जैसे गुरुदेव की इच्छा। श्यामरानी दीदी इस रूम में, जब मेरे रूम से थोड़ा ब्रेकफास्ट वगैरह कुछ करके अपने ऐसे अपना प्लेट थोड़ा सा भी उठा के जब जाने लगती थी आगे रूम, किचन की साइड, तो मेरे फादर लोग सामने देखते थे, तो वो बोलते थे जल्दी पकड़े गिर जाएगी, जल्दी पकड़े गिर जाएंगी। तो मेरे इन लॉज बहुत बहुत केयर करते थे, सबकी बहुत केयर करते थे, बहुत वेलकम करते थे। तो श्यामरानी दीदी ने एक शब्द मुझे उस टाइम बोला, दीदी बोली कि जब हमारे सर्वेंट और हमारे बच्चे में हमको हम सेम दोनों को ट्रीटमेंट दें, तब समझें हम कि हमारा कुछ हमारे में भक्ति का कुछ थोड़ा सा हमारे अंदर भाव आया है, कि जब हम हर जीव को एक तरह एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर देखें।
So my mother was just sharing when Shamrani Didi used to be here, she wasn't in very good health conditions a few years back. And they used to keep visiting for her treatment as well. So somebody had suggested that she get some Ayurvedic treatment from Delhi. And she stayed with us at that time. So my mother, she was concerned and she said, Didi, how do you feel? And she remembers this exact thing. Shamrani Didi said at that time, she said, if Gurudev wants me to live, I will live and serve. So, such a powerful thing to say. And when she was not doing too well and then staying with us, I remember Vasanti Didi, there's so many, Anita Didi, so many beautiful devotees used to come and give her company and literally take care of her. I remember walking into her room as well sometimes when, she would take rest. I remember my mother preparing food where there was, it was supposed to be non-spicy, absolutely boiled and, just very, very simple food that she was suggested by the doctors. And everybody used to try and pick up some seva. So many devotees used to give her company. And also my mother was sharing that my grandfather also, he was so concerned. Shamrani Didi is also so delicate, she was, she's just one of the incidents when she's just picking up her plate and she starts walking towards the kitchen just to keep her dishes back. So my grandfather used to be like, oh, no, she'll fall. Why don't you just take the plates from her because she's so delicate. And that's what my mother was just remembering. And in fact, Didi, just when my mother was talking about it, I also remember an incident. So while growing up, we were very fortunate to have, so many things, in terms of, all the basics that you can really think of having in life, right? But of course, the school that we used to go to, the friends we had around that time, so many, people were living a different life, and you usually get attracted to glamour more than simplicity at that age. So, and I remember so many devotee Didis coming to our house, and they were so humble. I remember we used to love the pizzas that were actually served at ISKCON temple. And at that time, it used to be such a rage. And, 200, 300 rupees used to be a big deal at that time. Now, of course, it's literally non-comparable, but it used to be big. And I remember them, they used to come stay with us. And I specifically remember one experience where I think it was Gaudiya Didi, if a lot of you know her. She's from United States as well. And she took me to the market. We had a local market out here. She took me and she bought, and she had very less money, I remember. And for some reason, I thought she knew that I couldn't afford it, or my brother and I and my parents wanted to have it, but we couldn't afford it at that time. Or I don't know what she thought at that time, but she just had maybe 1,000 rupees or something in her pocket. And that too, she had borrowed from somebody. And I remember she took me to the local market and made an excuse. She said, no, I have to courier something, or I have to make a phone call, or I don't remember exactly what that was. But we went to the market and she bought all these, she bought Parmesan, she got all the oreganos, the seasonings, thyme, basil, and the pizza bases, everything. It was so beautiful. I mean, I still remember that. Just that bhav, and that. So when I say that, it's every time we meet devotees, it's such a good reminder of all the beautiful times we spent. And it's almost like there's no filter, even when I'm talking right now, and you just heard our entire family, nobody has any filter. We're just being as candid as we can, because these are experiences that we have, and all thanks to all beautiful devotees like you, to Gurudev's kripa on all of us. Everybody's been so nice. Everybody's been really nice.
Thank you. You shared another problem?
Yeah, so I was trying to talk, but I'd muted myself. We're all flowers on one beautiful garland around Gurudev's neck.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And I just had an inspiration. You're in Delhi, right?
That's correct, Prabhu.
Yeah, you must know Mr. Somnath.
Mr. Somnath? Yes.
Yeah, because he's been like devotee of Gurudev's and his family for many, many years.
Yes.
Is that I seem to remember, maybe the daughter speaks some English, but they mainly speak Hindi. But could we get them onto the program, because they are wonderful devotees? If you could reach out to them somehow.
They live in Faridabad now, don't they?
Sorry, Somnath is it
Poonam,
oh yes,
they live in Faridabad now. You should.
Okay.
No, not now. Is Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Oh, they're in Vrindavan. Okay. Well, if anyone has any contact with them, please ask them, beg from Yashodanandan that they glorify Gurudev on our program, because
I've got his number. I've got Poonam Didi's number.
Oh, great. We should get in touch with them. Beautiful devotees. Thank you so much. And do you listen? You tune into the Hindi program. You tune into the glorification of Gurudev in India, yeah? Do you watch those programs?
Are you talking about the Mother Smriti, Prabhu?
Yeah.
The Pushpanjali that's every day in India, yeah?
Yeah, with Ajay Krishna Prabhu. Ajay Krishna Prabhu ke saath Madhu Smriti.
That's right, Didi. Yeah. We just, you're talking about I think he has a page on Facebook also called Gurudev Ki Mother Smriti. Is that the one? Okay, yeah. Yes, we did.
Yeah. So I'm going to be sharing, offering Pushpanjali on May the 17th. So please make me welcome. My Hindi is a bit rusty, so.
Definitely, Prabhu. Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, so that would be. I'm really looking forward to it.
Beautiful. We will be there, Prabhu, for sure.
And I hope everything you mentioned about the COVID situation, we really hope everything goes okay for you. We're following it very closely in the news. I'm on the phone to people in India every day, so I'm kind of aware of what's going on. And by the strength of the holy name and Gurudev's mercy, if we just keep focused on our job at hand, which is devotional yoga to bhakti, to hold on to our bhakti kripa and pray for Gurudev's mercy, then whatever ailments are around us, we can be strong, because we've got strong soil, strong foundations, because our feet are in the soil of the bhakti. So we're in good hands. We're in a good place, whatever happens. But I hope everything goes okay over there for you. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam. So.